But better to get hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. There is only one sin, and that is theft. When you tell a lie, you steal someone's right to the truth. I suspect the truth is that we are waiting, all of us, against insurmountable odds, for something extraordinary to happen to us. You see, some things I can teach you, some you learn from books, but there are things that, well, you have to see and feel. It may be unfair, but what happens in a few days, sometimes even a single day, can change the course of a whole lifetime. And that's the thing about people who mean everything they say. They think everyone else does too. It always hurts more to have and lose than to not have in the first place. A boy who won't stand up for himself becomes a man who can't stand up to anything. Of all the hardships a person had to face, none was more punishing than the simple act of waiting. I wondered if that was how forgiveness budded, not with the fanfare of Epiphany, but with pain gathering its things, packing up, and slipping away unannounced in the middle of the night. Like a compass needle that points north, a man's accusing finger always finds a woman. Always. I opened my mouth, almost said something. Almost. The rest of my life might have turned out differently if I had, but I didn't. All good things in life are fragile and easily lost. Children aren't coloring books. You don't get to fill them with your favorite colors. A society has no chance of success if its women are uneducated. There are a lot of children in Afghanistan, but little childhood. When you kill a man, you steal a life. You steal his wife's right to a husband, rob his children of a father. When you tell a lie, you steal someone's right to the truth. When you cheat, you steal the right to fairness. One could not count the moons that shimmer on her roofs, or the 1,000 splendid suns that hide behind her walls. Not a word passes between us, not because we have nothing to say, but because we don't have to say anything. A man's heart is a wretched, wretched thing. It isn't like a mother's womb. It won't bleed. It won't stretch to make room for you. Behind every trial and sorrow that He makes us shoulder, God has a reason. People say that eyes are windows to the soul. It's a funny thing, but people mostly have it backward. They think they live by what they want, but really, what guides them is what they're afraid of, what they don't want. Time can be a greedy thing. Sometimes it steals the details for itself. They say, find a purpose in your life and live it. But sometimes it is only after you have lived that you recognize your life had a purpose, and likely one you never had in mind. A man who has no conscience, no goodness, does not suffer. It's wrong what they say about the past. I've learned about how you can bury it. because the past claws its way out. Quiet is peace, tranquility. Quiet is turning down the volume knob on life. Silence is pushing the off button, shutting it down, all of it. I want to tear myself from this place, from this reality, rise up like a cloud and float away, melt into this humid summer night, and dissolve somewhere far over the hills. But I am here, my legs blocks of concrete, my lungs empty of air, my throat burning. There will be no floating away. I now know that some people feel unhappiness the way others love, privately, intensely, and without recourse. One time, when I was very little, I climbed a tree and ate these green, sour apples. My stomach swelled and became hard like a drum. It hurt a lot. Mother said that if I just waited for the apples to ripen, I wouldn't have become sick. So now, whenever I really want something, I try to remember what she said about the apples. I learned that the world didn't see the inside of you, that it didn't care a whit about the hopes and dreams and sorrows that lay masked by skin and bone. It was as simple, as absurd, and as cruel as that. Some stories don't need telling. In the end, the world always wins. That's just the way of things. Perhaps this is just punishment for those who have been heartless, to understand only when nothing can be undone. I'm so afraid, because I'm so profoundly happy. Happiness like this is frightening. They only let you this happy if they're preparing to take something from you. Writing fiction is the act of weaving a series of lies to arrive at a greater truth. A story is like a moving train. No matter where you hop on board, you are bound to reach your destination sooner or later. You say you felt a presence, but I only sensed an absence, a vague pain without a source. I was like a patient who cannot tell the doctor where it hurts, only that it does. Yet love can move people to act in unexpected ways and move them to overcome the most daunting obstacles with startling heroism. They tell me I must wade into waters where I will soon drown. Before I march in, I leave this on the shore for you. I pray you find it, sister, so you will know what was in my heart as I went under.